Hello, I'm Martina and I work for Promega Genetic Identity Team, and it's my great pleasure to welcome Walther Parson, Dr. Walther Parson, here in Hamburg at our 20th anniversary Forensic European DNA Working Group meeting. Welcome, Walther.
Thank you very much for having me.
You studied biology and then forensic molecular biology in Innsbruck.
That's true.
And right now you're considered to be one of the leading gurus in the forensic field. Tell me, what was the impulse for you to become a forensic scientist? Was it fate, or did you know, or did you want it from the start?
Well, I probably should say I really wanted it from the start, because that would very much fit my career. But the truth is, I was searching for a job after I completed my master in biology. I did a world travel. I came back, needed to work to get money, and I thought I would do taxi driving.
Oh,
That's
really?
what I did during the studies. 3 days after I came, this job position opened, and I took it.
Okay, well, good for us. What would be your elevator sentence for someone like you're in the lift and there's someone who doesn't know you because he or she is from another field? So what would you say? How would you introduce yourself? Who is Walther Parson?
I would say, hello, my name is Walther Parson. I'm a skier and mountaineer, and for profession, I'm a forensic geneticist.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. My second question is about your book, because not everyone knows that you wrote a book.
Yes.
The book was published in 2014. It has 286 pages. And
you know more than I do.
It is, you can buy it on Amazon, right? And my question is, are you considering translating it into English, because it's available only in German? And if I only could speak German, I would certainly read it. So are you considering translating it? And what is the book about?
Right. The idea for the book came from a publishing publisher, that sort of persuaded me to write a book for the broad community rather than the scientific writing that I usually do. And I started to like it the more I was thinking about it. So I thought, if I'm going to write a book in forensic genetics, I don't want to write about the fate of the victims, or the brutality of the murderers, or the blood. There are enough books that describe this, and I know people like it a lot. But I thought I would like to put an emphasis on the science. So I tried to take the challenge to translate the science into very simple words to make it understandable for a broader audience. And I think I partially succeeded with this. I know that it is very much appreciated by students and by people who have a scientific background or interest. One of my friends said, you can't read your book on the toilet, which tells me that's probably a level too high for this kind of audience. But, more or less, I'm very happy with the outcome. And what I hear from colleagues is that they would like to read the book, but they don't understand German. So there is consideration, but it's quite difficult to translate a book from German to English. Not the translation per se, but the
process?
The process of commercializing this, the production process. So I didn't pursue it really strongly, but that's something that I would probably need to do in order to get this done.
Okay.
And if time allows, I'll probably do this.
Okay, well, maybe your next book will be in English.
That would be the best idea.
Okay, well, third question is a little bit more private question. You have a very happy family life, right? You have 3 daughters, 2 of which are twins.
Right.
I know very well how challenging that can be sometimes.
Yeah.
So how do you balance your family life and your work life? You travel quite a bit, so how do you do that?
That's true. Well, first of all, I need to have somebody who is taking care of the family business, and that's my wife. And second, so I'm trying to constantly refine work time with private time, which means I travel. I'm gone a lot of the time, but when I'm here, I try to be actively here. You know, not working besides being at home or doing emails or whatever. I try to be with the family, and that helps a lot because then you generate quality time, and the quality time is what
what
more or less
counts.
concerns, right?
Yeah.
The price I have to pay is that I don't have much time for my friends that I used to have when I was at university, so that is something that I needed to cut down on. But what I also want to do very much is being out in nature. I like mountains very much, so I try to combine this with the family. And it's a struggle from week to week, so we always redefine this, we make plans for the future, and we have our holidays already worked out for the year, so we know when we can have time together, and I also know when I need to travel and do work for science.
Okay, and it works well, I guess.
So far it works good, yeah.
Okay, well, we come to the fourth question, which is, do you know how many publications do you have?
No, I don't know that one.
Okay, well, when did you stop counting?
Oh my God, I think I stopped counting very early. My first paper that I wrote as a first author dates back to 1998, and my second paper I wrote not before 2000. So at this very early stage I thought, oh my God, this is going to take ages until I have a comparable track record to other scientists. But then I figured out how science really works. Science works a lot in networking. You have a couple of different projects that are at different stages. You start writing a manuscript, you see that you lack some data, you go back to the laboratory or have people do that work for you. You have PhD students, you have collaborators, you have postdocs. It's like cooking several meals. You need to take care about the different stages of these meals, and you need to know when they are good to put them off the fire and disseminate them. And with that, if you like to do that, and if you like to network and collaborate, the publications come automatically, and that's when I stopped counting them.
Okay. Well, I found on ResearchGate that you have 554 research items there, 64,531 reads, and 12,487 citations.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, me too. Okay, well, the last question is a little bit tricky one.
Okay.
Just imagine you're in a jungle and you're on a tree. You have one gun with only one bullet inside, and under the tree there is a lion, a pair of pumas, and a jaguar. What will you do? Who will you shoot at?
Good question. I don't like to shoot animals to begin with, but apparently in that story I need to do that.
Well, you need to survive. That's the task.
Okay, that's the task. All three of them can climb the tree, right? So probably I wait. They are hungry, they are starving. So I wait until they kill themselves, and I assume that the lion would be the winner, and then I shoot the lion.
Okay, well, that's a way to do it. Well, the right answer, or one of the right answers, is that you shoot the lion, which you said. Then you put on the pumas, which are shoes, and you drive off in a jaguar.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time and for this lovely interview.
Thank you very much.